Right now, we are at the UN General Assembly in New York, and this is a very important week, but not just as the UN General Assembly week, it's also Climate Week. And so I want to start by asking you about climate change and its effects on Nigeria, but particularly on Niger State, because I believe in the last week or even the last 24 hours, hundreds of people have lost their homes due to flooding. And so as you are here at the UN General Assembly and as you are advocating for the people of Niger State on the global stage, what, in terms of climate change, what does it mean to you and how significant is this week to you?
Very important question. And one of the reasons why we're out here is first and foremost to understand that Niger State is worst hit by climate change. Last year, before COP28, we have positioned ourselves as a green state, to drive the green economy initiative of Nigeria, where an agency has been created to drive, climate change related issues, and we understand that conservation is very important at this point in time. We are awash with a lot of natural disasters, flood, being a state where housing 4 hydropower dams. The overflow from this dam has continued to bring a lot of problems for our people year in, year out. They've been displaced. We've also we've had issues of life losses, even damages to our infrastructure, especially road and bridges. So we're here at the UN General Assembly first to be able to table or pursue what is very important to Nigeria, in terms of global change, where we are as a global player, and also to understand and also tap in from the carbon market, because a lot of people don't understand that there is a lot of investment and funding, that will address these issues in this carbon market. So the United Nations Development Project, the United Nations as a whole is driving, even the climate change, the COP29 that is coming up in November will also address some of these issues. So precisely we're here to also be able to see what we can get for our people, for Nigeria, for Niger State as it affects climate change.
Yes. Have you been able to sign any type of MOUs or get any agreements? I was talking to the president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Additional, earlier this week, and he was talking about dignity in development and getting people who are not looking down on Africans when they're dealing with them. I know you have been able to get investments in Niger State when it comes to rice milling or sugar mills, sugar planting, and especially in agriculture. But when it comes to climate, flood prevention, protecting people from these issues, have you been able to pursue any of those things on the sidelines of UNGA or at the General Assembly itself?
Yeah, you see, water harvest is very important, and you cannot divorce agriculture from climate issues, especially when it has to do with flood. Now, this General Assembly, we're here to consolidate on certain MOUs we had signed last year, as it affects, irrigation, rechanneling of water, and also harvest of excess overflow from dams. For instance, Shiroro Hydropower Dam emits about 380,000 liters of water per second daily. That water has not really, been harvested. So there is this $100 million MOU we had signed with Renke, is an American company,
yes,
to harvest that in a 74 kilometer length of canal. That's going to change the entire, landscape of agriculture, and the water will now be used purposely for people, for drinking, for agriculture, and other uses. So these are the follow-up we are here to do. If you remember last year, again, we had a very important signing with Bayer, for very high breed seeds. We also signed a lot of MOUs with John Deere, where mechanization is at its peak in Nigeria, and Niger State is in the lead. Right now we have over 10,000. We're expecting over 10,000 tractors to be delivered in Niger State over a span of 1 more year.
Yes, I saw you You've quoted that in an interview before, but part of that, what I saw in that interview, is that you also said you wanted to position Niger State as Nigeria's food basket. Now, beyond climate security and food security, there's also insecurity. And I want to ask what you're doing to tackle that, and if you see any agreements or any partnerships that you can make that are cross-national that can help improve the lives of the people of Niger State when it comes to insecurity, when it comes to immediate results.
You know, a lot of people mix it up like when they say climate change, the effects of climate change. Even methane that is emitted from rotten food, dead animals is also a major problem in climate change. And you need to understand that storage is one of the major challenges of agriculture in Africa. And a lot of people lose over 60% of whatever they crop year in, year out to lack of storage and also processing facilities for all these things. So as a state, we are positioned very well, to be able to be the food basket of Nigeria that is given based on our landmass, based on the size of land we have, based on our bodies of water we have. So, again, even livestock, we're leading now in livestock because I can tell you every week I sell an average of 1 million cattle in my markets, and these are registered. And so you can imagine the opportunities that are there in livestock farming.
You have a new large-scale poultry farm MOU that you recently signed, correct?
Yes.
Yes, so that's...
Yeah, bagasse is one of the byproducts of our sugarcane. So bagasse in our MOU with the Turkish government and also with the Brazilian government, we intend to give value addition to sugarcane production, where you do ethanol, you have energy from that, you also have clean energy, you also have sugar, as a byproduct of sugar cane. You also have bagasse and animal feeds, and in that process we intend to establish these big, large-scale poultry farms across the board. And again, you need to understand also ethanol is also can be gotten from both sugarcane and corn. We have today the largest corn field in Nigeria. We have in just one position, Bobby Grazing Reserve, we have 32,000 hectares of corn. This is big. So I can tell you boldly that we're the largest farmers in Nigeria. Private, public sector, we are all ahead.
Okay, but now beyond this, I want to ask: do the people of Niger State, the everyday man, do they feel this? Because there has been criticism before, particularly when it came to palliatives, the 5 billion naira palliatives, and there was pushback from people who say that they didn't feel it, that they didn't feel that trickle down. So do you see your reforms being more long term, so that the people are not necessarily seeing the benefits now but will see it later? Or
it's both long term and short term and mid term. But you see, I'm not an advocate of palliative where people will take handouts. Imagine the 5 billion, if we had invested that 5 billion that was given as palliative that never went to anybody really, because nobody got as much as this cup of grain from that palliative. If it had just gone to inputs, improved seedlings, by now we'll be able to give 20 times that size of palliative to people. So immediately right now, people are enjoying, we have cleared some bad spots where the bad guys were operating. They are now farms. I told you 32,000 hectares in Bobby Grazing Reserve. Yes, we have security challenges, and that's why we have also integrated security architecture with both local and international partners to find a way to deploy technology.
Are you still pushing for state police?
Yes, I'm an advocate of state police, definitely. I am. Because I think Nigeria is all long overdue for that. A lot of responses we receive, a lot of command and control centers that we cannot, as a government or as a state, control. If it's in our hands, definitely we can react and respond accordingly.
One last question for you, but this is about the World Bank loan that was disbursed to state governors, because a little bit of an issue between the federal government and the state governors in terms of what the loan was meant for. And I'd like to ask you, this loan that was given, especially because it came after the COVID-19 response, what has it been used for in Niger State?
There are different portfolios where these loans came in. Some are in Nigerian for women, some are in the NG Cares, some are in Agile, the Out of School Girls Initiative. So a combination of that, I would tell you, it has really, really injected, life into the system, especially post COVID-19. And I can tell you, for free that a lot of initiatives that has to do with the healthcare delivery system, education at the basic level, delivery, and so on and so forth. So, but when people come and politicize policies or economic policies that are supposed to affect the common man, it's a pity. I don't get involved in those kind of things. But the most important is that these funds have been brought in. The drawdown is different from state by state, depending on compliance by the standards World Bank has said. And I'm sure my state is not doing too bad, but I'm sure in the next tranche of disbursement we should be leading. Yeah, we should be leading because we have a lot of challenges.
So you see Niger State as a leading light, a shining light for what other states should be doing?
Definitely. I will invite you to Niger State. I'm sure a lot of people have not seen farms. You just enter your backyard, you think it's a farm. You come and see, you drive 100 kilometers of land and see left and right, you're driving in a cornfield. That is a farm. Where you need to use a chopper to go around, 120,000 hectares of land. That is a farm. So mechanization is the only way out of this. It's going to take our people out of poverty. It's going to take our nation out of poverty. The crisis in food is global, due to climate change, as we've rightly pointed out. But again, we have to be able to look at what we have, to provide solutions to this crisis.